Hey, as you've probably heard, the state of California has rescinded their restriction on in-church worship services. And because of that, Tuesday night, our church board, myself and my staff met together and formulated a plan back to church. So I got great news for you, and I just want to share with you what we've came back as the most responsible way to do this. Starting on February 21st, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we will begin having in-person church worship. But we will start with just the traditional service only. Remember, we've got to come up with all these cleaning procedures and all that, so show us a little grace. But on February 21st, we will start with in-service worship with our traditional service only. After 2 weeks of that, on March 7th, 2 weeks later, we will reintroduce Sunday school classes once again. After 2 more weeks, on March 21st, we will have our contemporary service starting again, and also we will start children's ministry again. With that being said, let me give you some rules of the house. We are only allowed to have 25% capacity. That means at any given service, we can only have 100 people or less. Now, if that changes, we'll change. If things open up, we will open up. But that being said, if things close, we will have to close again. So we want to make sure we do our part. And with that, we also want to let you know, it's the same as it was last time. When you come to church, you'll have your temperature checked. You must have a mask on, not only as you enter, but in the service as well. Please do not take your mask off once you're in the building. If you're having trouble breathing, I hate to say this, continue to stay home and watch in the convenience of your house. But if you want to come into God's house, you must have a mask on. This is still a state mandate. We do not want to risk losing our freedom to come into the church and worship. And trust me, the devil always has a plan to get things to stop. So work with us. Have your mask on the entire time you're in church. And listen, remember, we've got to stay socially distant. You can sit with your family and those you come with, but we're not allowed to mingle, gather around, or anything else. Once you step onto the property, we must follow the procedures to make sure we stay this way. Come to church, you and your family. Check your temperature. It's very quick, very simple. Make sure you have your mask on the entire time and just enjoy church. Some of the changes is there's no congregational singing, and that's okay. Pastor Stephen, Rebecca, they do a great job of singing for us. So come, sit back, and just worship inside yourself through prayer as we glorify God in every way possible. Listen, if someone is uncomfortable coming to church, do me a favor. Don't ridicule them. Don't guilt them. Don't call them names. That's not Christian. It's very unchristian. Listen, you have the right to come here, and people have the right to stay home and worship if they don't feel safe. Let's be honest, there's been a lot of misconfusion of what is real and what's not. And it really depends on what you've been watching yourself. What you've chose to watch determines how you feel. And we are a congregation of a lot of people. So where we are at, we're right there in the middle, making it safe for everyone. So also remember this. This is very important. I want you to realize the greeters that you meet outside, listen, they are your friend. They're not the police. They're not the propaganda police or anything else. They are your friend. They are here to greet you and welcome you. The things that they are doing are things that I have asked them to do to make sure we fall in lines, that we don't get reported and shut down. If you have a concern or you have a complaint, here's what I ask. Come talk to me directly. Please treat our greeters with the utmost respect. They're volunteering their time, and they're only doing what I ask them to do. Hey, just remember, this is a process of coming back. In 2 weeks, we are back in God's house. We've already been back during prayer meeting. This is just another one. I'm praying by April, we are full force in celebration, and we have the greatest Easter celebration ever. So remember, come February 21st and worship God. You've been asking for it. Now it's here. After 2 weeks, we're back to Sunday school. After 2 more weeks, we're back to contemporary worship, back to children's ministry. Everything is happening. Don't look for the negative. Celebrate what we have. And, I've always said every week, God loves you and so do I, and I pray I see you soon. Guess what? I am going to get to see you soon. Now, whether you want to see me or not is questionable, but I can't wait to see you. So come back to God's house if you feel comfortable, and let's worship together. It's going to be weird. I'll no longer be preaching to a camera alone. I'll get to see your beautiful faces. But I always remember, God does love you, and so do I. And I will see you very soon. God bless.